just introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Andrew Tantello.
My name is Maureen Dick.
I am a PA student at Duval College.
I am from Elmira, New York, and I am in the PA class of 2020.
So by the time I was a junior in high school, I had decided that I wanted to become a physician assistant.
A counselor from Duval actually came to my high school to talk about the PA program and talk about the different opportunities at Duval for health professions. So after I had met with her, I realized I'd actually missed the deadline for the PA program that year. So I came to Duval as a freshman, hoping to apply to the program once I was already here.
So I applied to all the schools, including Duval. And for Duval, I remember going onto the Duval site, filling out their application.
I had my 3 letters of references. I actually used Duval professors.
I got mine from teachers, coaches, and then they also, Duval specifically, wanted 80 hours of direct patient interaction.
I actually was a direct support professional at a group home. I worked as a direct care aide, so I would help people with developmental disabilities with their daily life functions. We would go to bingo, we would do things in the house, we'd play games, we'd go to the park, we'd go on walks, we'd do all kinds of things. And then I'd also help them with their daily functions, like teaching them how to cook, bathing, eating, all of that kind of things.
I volunteered at a local hospital as a friendly visitor. I would go door to door with some elderly patients who just had joint replacements, and we would play games, talk, do Sudoku, anything just to keep them busy throughout the day.
And then I wrote my PA essay, and that all was submitted. And then within a couple of months from applying, I got a letter in the mail
from Duval saying that they have chosen me to go in for an on-site interview.
I set up the first interview date that I could, earliest time on the first day, because I wanted to get it done.
And I was really excited, really nervous. From the moment I received that letter, I started coaching up with my mom helped me. She would quiz me, practice interviews. We would look up all these different answers to PA questions pretty much, like what does a PA do in the workplace? What's the difference between a PA and an MP? What's the training like for a PA? What's their course model versus a course model for nursing? All these different answers, and I encourage everybody out there to do that as well because that helps with any interview. And then when the day of the interview came,
I got here at about 8 in the morning.
You see on a piece of paper who you're going in with.
You get to mingle with everyone who's there applying to the program.
I remember being interviewed with 2 other students, so I was on a panel of 3 students, including myself.
So because I was a transfer, I interviewed with other transfer students.
Well, as a freshman, you're going to be interviewed with other freshmen.
There are Duval faculty and then Duval alumni, actually. So there are PAs who are out working in the field right now who graduated from Duval who are also helping to interview you, which is kind of cool because then you get like both perspective of faculty and then practicing PAs interviewing you to make sure that you're a good fit for the school.
And we had 3 interviewers, which I thought was a lot, but they actually made it seem really comfortable. They just took turns asking all of us questions.
And then each of us got to answer every question.
The same things they were asking us on the application.
What is a PA? Why do you want to be a PA?
What's the difference between a PA and an MP?
They would throw in some really basic patient scenarios to see how you would respond.
Family comes in and says, I don't want to see the physician assistant. I only want to see the doctor.
And how you would handle that in a delicate way in order to get the point across that you are a respected physician assistant and that you are just as capable as a physician. So different things like that. Nothing too out of left field, nothing that was too, caught you off guard too much. So it was all pretty straightforward questions.
It only took about half an hour. And when it was all done, they told us they would let us know in a few months, very early in the spring.
I interviewed in early fall, and then by the beginning of the next year, I knew whether or not I was in the program.